Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 26th Annual Environmental Media Awards. And now, please welcome Emma's Executive Director of Business Development, Asher Levin.
Hey everybody, I'm Asher. Some of you know me. For those of you who don't, it's a pleasure to meet you. As this is the first year that I get to talk to you from stage after 17 years of watching from the audience, I figured I would bring some visuals to cover up my hopefully not too blatant lack of elegance. After all, this is the Environmental Media Awards, honoring film and television and beyond for how they tell the story of our planet and how we can and are trying to do better. A picture is worth 1,000 words, right? Like this one. After all the debates about global policy and sustainable goals and innovation, it was this image by one of our very own board members, John Quigley, that came to represent COP21. Let's hear it for John for a second. Or this one, a plume of toxic emissions only viewable by infrared that reminded local Southern Californians that we still have a very long way to go. Or this one. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong photo. I'm sorry, that's my son. Can we go to the next one? This is Emma Award winner and Academy Award winning documentary, An Inconvenient Truth. 10 years old this year. And truly the way that many folks my age and younger learned about our climate issues for the very first time. A picture is truly worth 1,000 words. And today's pictures can do so much more. That's why tonight we are reimagining what the words Environmental Media Association mean, with several new and exciting programs that don't just honor media and their fantastic creators and celebrities, but instead programs that use media and celebrity to make change. Emma 2.0 isn't just a catchphrase or a mindset. Taking Emma from environmental organization to the organization telling the story of our planet's future. That's what Emma 2.0 is. With 3 key programs that have a sort of holistic mind, body, and soul approach. So please help me welcome to the stage 3 Emma board members to help explain our exciting new programs. Ashlyn Cousteau, Sarah Wright-Olson, and Philippe Cousteau. Take it away, guys. Have a good night.
This past spring, we debuted EMA's Speaker Series. The Speaker Series aims to expand EMA's goal to inspire change and action through media and creating an educational platform to focus on specific issues affecting our environment. Think a green TED Talk. Each event has panelists, keynotes, and a celebrity moderator, like me.
As a new mom, now for the second time, I have a 10-week-old, I am, thank you. I am constantly getting unsolicited free advice by friends, colleagues, and random people that I didn't intend to follow on Facebook about the healthiest way to raise my child. Which is why I am so excited that Emma recently launched the Emma Healthy Family Program to help clear the clutter and educate me on only the most important tips for running an organic and sustainable family. From intimate educational salons to Emma Trusted Partners, which creates a third-party certification for food, health, beauty, and baby products. Emma now has a way to not only advocate for a green lifestyle, but a roadmap to get there.
Now, the future of changing our planet begins with the way that we invest in it. That's why I'm so excited that Emma has launched a new annual 2-day event and year-round program focused on investing in the planet through innovating the way that we all do business, because it's time to make a positive impact.
Make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
And now, please welcome Emma's iconic president, Debbie Levin.
I'm just going to come out and say it. Our brave green world is a bit overwhelming. You see, I've been the president of this amazing organization for nearly 2 decades. Back when I started, just getting someone to test drive a Toyota Prius was a breakthrough. Now to drive an energy-efficient car, not to drive an energy-efficient car, is an act of uninformed rebellion. Even as recently as 5 years ago, explaining what climate change was to a new board member became a 3-hour lunch. Now, new board members come to us, not only talking about the state of our planet, but with ideas on how they can change it. And so when I say it's overwhelming, what I really mean is it's inspiring, constantly changing, and so incredibly exciting. This is why, after cheerleading positive change, we have a generation that not only understands, but has dedicated themselves to be the change. It's my absolute pleasure to share this night with not only the heroes we have admired, but with the emerging leaders in our entertainment community that have taken it upon themselves to find solutions and not settle for an earth that's being abused. And that takes us to the reason we have 2 Emma Futures Award honorees. They are our future, and we wanted to honor and share with our global community 2 leaders of their millennial generation. She, a heroine in the movies, and a real-life hardcore hero on the ground, traveling across our country in the trenches, fighting for environmental justice with her open heart and authentic hope for a safe future as she leads her generation with remarkable strength and compassion towards our environmental advocacy roles. He, an iconic millennial trendsetter, musician, artist, actor, model, social media phenom, and truly, truly insightful, passionate, and so beyond his years. And now, at the ripe old age of 18, a green entrepreneur. Our Emma Futures honorees, Shailene Woodley and Jaden Smith. How did a former equity analyst for the food and tech industry on a team that managed over $20 billion in assets become the Erin Brockovich of the food safety world and the voice of mothers caring for their families? Emma Parent Board honoree and my so dear friend and Emma's partner on all things organic, we couldn't be more fortunate to have Robyn O'Brien with us this evening. Speaking to our focus on innovation and businesses, global and local, we are not only thrilled, but eager to share the work of our Emma Corporate Responsibility honorees, the United Nations PRI. PRI meaning they are the world's leading proponent of responsible investing. Since this is a year of bests, there's no greater superstar in the music industry that comes close to the work and commitment of this year's Emma's Missions in Music honoree and performer, Moby. He has literally made animal activism and having a plant-based diet not only chic and cool, but delicious for the last 20 years. And you know, sustainability isn't only an environmental issue for us. Sustainability is how we feel about our relationships. From our well over a decade partnership with many of our sponsors who have become total family to us, like Mike Sullivan and his beautiful team at LA Car Guy Family of Dealerships, Kathy Kellogg Johnson with Kellogg Garden Products, and Jason Wagner at Star Wagons, and all of our more recent supporters and partners that are racking up the years with us as well. So that brings us to Toyota Motor Sales. I mean, you're all driving Lexuses and Toyotas, all their alternative fuel vehicles. I know that you are. I've seen you come in. I know that our 16th anniversary together tonight seriously puts us both in the history books. And my frequent flyer miles going to Texas will be drained due to your corporate move. We love our family, and we love our collaboration with the most authentic and dedicated major automotive company in the universe. With the Mirai, we now have a vehicle that's only emission is water. I don't know if you can drink it, but it's water. The most cool-looking, technologically advanced, and comfy cars created. As the company of change, and with the Mirai as a touchstone for awareness of water issues, in an effort to make a difference to those affected by the devastating destruction of Hurricane Matthew, Toyota will be making a donation to Day One Response, an organization that distributes water and sanitation products globally for disaster relief. These water bags will provide a family of 4 with clean drinking water for up to 2 months. Toyota is going to donate 1 bag on behalf of each of you here tonight to a family in Haiti. This donation will provide water bags to thousands of people and have 300,000 liters of purified drinking water for them. When you meet new people, you just know. There's a connection and a purpose and a compatibility that pops out instantly. That's what happened when we met John Struer and Vicki Benjamin at the venerable Calvert Investments. With a long history at the vanguard of responsible investing, John has been at the forefront of successful impact investments. As our first-year co-presenting sponsor of the Emma Awards and advising and helping create our Emma Impact Summit in March, we are over the moon to be working with them and bringing them into our unique world. We are so humbled to have both TMS and Calvert in our corner. And tonight is so spectacular. Look at these curtains, everybody. I am so excited. Over the next few years together, we're so thrilled to help educate the world about Swarovski's commitment to environmental sustainability, literally since opening their doors in 1895. And with clean hydroelectric power and lead-free crystals, reducing environmental impact in every aspect of their corporation. And our host, Nicole Richie makes me cry. She won't make you cry other than with her joy and singularly talented presence on stage, but she makes me cry with how proud I am of her. A longtime Emma board member who I had the privilege of watching grow up to be the most extraordinary woman, mother, and entrepreneur that she is. The privilege, to be honest, was not without late-night fears during that aforementioned period. No one is more suited for our inspiring and elegant evening than our very own Nicole Richie. I want to thank the Emma Board so much for all of their support in our continued vision for the future of our organization. And a special thanks to our board officers, Amy Smart, who unfortunately couldn't be here because she's stuck on location, is Emma's board secretary and ambassador to the entire environmental nonprofit world. Frances Fisher, my soldier, who is willing to go to battle for anything and every issue at a moment's notice with such great passion. And finally, and to our co-chair, Carla Schamberg, you are my rock. Your intellect and influence has been invaluable to our organization. And Dave Margulies, our board chairman, who's jumped in and literally rocked our world in the very best of ways. And last but not least, I'd like to thank our wonderful Emma staff. Now, to be honest, I'm totally obsessed with her show, Unreal. I literally watch it real time. Please welcome Shiri Appleby.
Thank you, Debbie. The 2 men that are responsible for our amazing meal tonight are so wonderful, they are so beautiful and talented and delightful and so environmentally responsible that I have decided to marry one. Here to tell you a little bit about our sustainable feast tonight, please welcome 2 men behind such great restaurants as Animal, Son of a Gun, Trois Mac, Petit Trois, Trois Familia, and John and Vinny's. Please welcome John and Vinny.
Hello. Whoever thought catering would get you in front of all these people? It's not what we normally do every day, but we made it up here partially because of the great farmers that we work with day in and day out. We think it's part of our responsibility as chefs to try to find the best product we possibly can, and it's been a belief of ours ever since we started cooking together, and now we're here, which is kind of weird. But I'll let Vinny tell you about the menu.
Thanks for having us, first of all. Our menu tonight is based off of our menu at John and Vinny's. We started with a tricolore salad, which I can see is still in front of some of you. And then we are rolling into polenta with mushroom marsala, and then we're going to have tiramisu for dessert. And that's it. So hope you guys enjoy and have fun tonight. Thank you for having us. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn your attention to the screens. These are the nominees for the 2016 Environmental Media Awards. The 2016 Emma nominees for Excellence in Advertising are Stella Artois, Buy a Lady a Drink.
A glass of water. It's one of the simplest things to some of us, but for many it's one of the most complicated. Every day, women around the world spend millions of hours just collecting it. But we can help change that. We can help give them this time back. Stella Artois has partnered with us at water.org to help provide access to clean water to women and their families in the developing world. And with access to clean water comes so much more. Together, we can help empower them to live a life that can prosper. It's something we should all have the right to do. What do you want to be remembered for?
Angry Birds, International Day of Happiness.
I have been talking with my friend Red, and he's angry.
I don't think I have an anger issue. I think you got an anger issue.
Many things make us mad. Poverty, hunger, climate change. But now we have a good reason to be happier. The world has set some sustainable development goals. They are a plan to end poverty, fight injustice, and combat climate change. This makes me happy, but Red and his friends are still angry.
What do we do now?
It's easy. Conserve water and save electricity. Take public transport. Plant a tree. Recycle. Care for our planet. Help Red go green.
Let's do it!
Chipotle, a love story.
Believe when I say I want it that way, but we are 2 words apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say that I want it that way. Ain't nothing but a heartache. Ain't nothing but a mistake. I'll never wanna hear you say I want it that way.
For excellence in feature film, the nominees are Consumed.
It's changing the DNA to improve it, create plants that are bigger, stronger, insect repellent.
Right, yeah, Dean Owens was saying that they're saving children all over the world because of it.
Not yet, they're not. I mean, they could, don't get me wrong. You see, when you're inserting the material from viruses into an organism, you're going to get complications. Almost 90% of corn and more than 90% of soybeans that are planted in the United States are genetically engineered.
So it's just in everything.
Exactly.
The Revenant. The Jungle Book.
Oh boy, looks like you got another one. Buzz off.
It's a man cub.
A man cub?
Yeah, it's a man cub.
It's not a monkey.
No, it's not. It's a man cub.
You have never been a more endangered species than you are at this moment.
You're doing an amazing job.
Getting stuck.
Oh boy, here we go again. It's not a monkey, Fred.
It's a man cub.
A man cub?
Yeah, it's a man cub.
Can you believe it? Are you sure?
Would you please shut up? Hey, up there. Everything is going fantastically, I see.
For excellence in documentary film, the nominees are Racing Extinction.
There's only 330, 340 species of turtles, and half of them are under threat. If the temperature rises on the planet just a few degrees, they're very susceptible to extinction. So this is really the last line of defense, keeping animals that are extinct in the wild in a captive situation. I think you could compare something like this, or nature in general, to the finest works of art on the planet, and in my opinion, more than the best Picasso, Matisse, Warhol.
Catching the Sun.
A lot of economic desperation, you know. You can't be in a neighborhood like this talking about let's save the polar bears. You know, they're not gonna feel you. Right over there, that's a refinery, belching out pollution. The pollution-based economy created a lot of haves and have-nots. If you've been in Richmond and you drive on that bridge over to Marin County, it's a mind-blowing, like, what is all this, you know? There was organic food, solar panels, an economy being built up around health, wellness, environment. I said, this is not just gonna be good for the earth, this is gonna be investment opportunities, business opportunities, jobs. We could have a green economy strong enough to lift people out of poverty. And I said, this is what I'm gonna dedicate my life to.
How to let go of the world and love all the things climate can't change.
We're all in the same boat. We say, I don't know how to save the world, yet I must save the world. I don't know how to save myself, yet I must save myself. I don't know where my soul resides, yet I must discover my soul because I live within it. This is the only planet, as far as we know, that has love songs. This is the only planet, as far as we know, that has poetry. And it's time to celebrate life and love. The world is saved and lost every day, not all at once.
For excellence in television episodic comedy, the nominees are Life in Pieces, Will Trash Book Spa.
You guys say you care about the Earth, but you're not willing to give up your vacation for it.
That is accurate. I never said I cared about the Earth.
How about we put it to the test?
All right, what kind of odds are we talking here?
For one day, everyone carries around a trash bag, and all of their trash goes into it. At the end of the day, whoever has the least amount of trash wins.
I am going to win this so easily because you guys have no idea how much trash you create, because I am the one who always picks it up. So at the end of the day, my bag is going to be empty. Can you hold that, please? Gotcha.
Casual, The Lake.
It should be here.
I'm pretty sure we'd notice a lake.
Oh, but it should be here. Hey, excuse me? Hi, we're looking for High Trail Lake.
Oh, you're standing in it. Dried it up.
Of course, there's no lake. Why would there be a lake? It's not like it formed millions of years ago and sat slowly evaporating into goddamn fucking nothing.
Right.
Why would there be a lake?
Okay.
The Simpsons, Teenage Mutant Milk-Caused Hurdles.
Milk.
Oh.
And not just any milk, healthy milk, without any hormones.
I won't forget.
I never looked closely at this milk before. Is it made by a soda company?
They don't just make soda, Marge. They also make industrial foam.
Homer, it's the milk. Hey.
I'll call the help hotline on the carton.
Talk to me.
We've been operating under the influence of hormones. Hormones sounds far-fetched.
Very far-fetched.
For excellence in children's television, the nominees are Blaze and the Monster Machines, Darrington to the Moon.
Look over there! It's the wind power station!
Wow! Incredible!
When the wind blows, it pushes the blades and makes them spin. And that spinning gets turned into energy we can use for our battery.
This way!
Cyber Chase, Bottled Up.
So what is Redopolis going to do when the skate park is full of empties?
There's the problem right there. You can't tell people they can't drink water.
This is not good at all!
Look at all the water I drank just this week. 10 bottles? That doesn't sound like a lot.
Let's do the math. Yikes, that's 520 bottles a year!
And that's just me. What about everyone else? Over 1 million bottles! At this rate, Redopolis will be nothing but empty bottles.
The Loud House, The Greenhouse.
What can I do? In a family this big, our eco footprint is a size 18 triple wide. We use a lot of electricity.
Bobby, you look so good on all of my devices.
Fossil fuels, water, aerosols, non-biodegradables, and did I mention electricity? We've got to reduce our eco footprint. Hopefully I can get my sisters on board.
For excellence in television episodic drama, the nominees are The Path, What the Fire Throws.
Let's not forget to send energy and light to the victims of the tornado. Energy and light.
Stop! Don't drink that water!
What do you need?
My wife, her photo. That's all I have left of her.
Wayward Pines, Choices.
In the late 1990s, we humans began to understand the dire impact we were having on our environment. At the same time, one division of my company made a surprise discovery. A small but significant mutation in our own DNA. We were changing the world, and as a result, we ourselves were beginning to change, adapt. I tried to warn the global community. I thought they would listen. I was wrong.
The Blacklist, Eli Machette.
It's ingenious. Hire a madman to unleash a catastrophic threat, and then wait just long enough for the world to panic.
Why would we do that?
For the money, Susan. So you and your company could come rushing in with a new product at the perfect time, a seed immune to the devastating scourge, and available, of course, at a much higher price. The same seed in fields all over the globe. Progress. It's a bitch.
For excellence in reality television, the nominees are Nuclear Sharks.
Sharks are worth far more alive than dead. When you degrade the environment, you benefit the few. And when you protect the environment, you benefit the many. And I choose the latter. That's the kind of world that I want to pass on to my children.
Nature is resilient. She can recover from the worst destruction humanity can engineer, but only if we give her the chance to do so. The question is, will we?
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Iced Out.
We have the day off here before Kanye's shoot. They have this amazing organic tomato farm, and it is Courtney's birthday. She's all about all the organic stuff. Yes, guys, this is called living.
Here we try to grow as healthy, tasty, good, fresh tomatoes as possible.
Wait, is that all bees in there?
Yeah, the flowers, they need to be pollinated. Otherwise, we will not have many tomatoes. And to help us to do that, we have the bumblebees. About 600 active bumblebees working.
Oh my God, hold on.
These are bumblebees. They are very friendly.
Truth in Power, Activists or Terrorists.
These arresting images are lagoons of manure.
and byproducts from factory farming.
I saw these photographs using satellite imagery. The United Nations reports that significant contribution to global warming comes from factory farming and animal agriculture.
To bring attention to document the environmental impact of factory farms, Will Potter has taken to the sky with drones.
It is certainly an enormous task to challenge huge corporations and huge governments. But if we let that keep us from fighting, well, then there would never have been any social change ever.
Flying around. You doing what?
Just flying around.
You gotta have permission to go over private property.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, climate change.
Watch this, and if at the end you disagree, while we're all underwater, I hope you'll be the last one who gets a snorkel.
So just to sum up, global warming, real.
It's real.
Man-made. Caused by carbon pollution.
Temperatures soaring, oceans rising.
Ice melting. For real. We're not with you.
We're not with you.
We're not with you.
Believe us, if not for our generation, then for his.
You better not this up.
Paid for by people who know more than we do.
Now she's Hollywood's quadruple threat: actress, author, designer, and environmental activist. She's also a longtime Emma board member. Make some noise for your host, Nicole Richie.
Welcome, everybody, to the Emma Awards 2016. I am Nicole Richie, and as your host, I have one question for you. Are we all ready to make America green again? That's good, because tonight, I, Nicole Richie, am calling for a total and complete ban on climate change deniers. Are you all with me? That's good, because we've got a huge show with big stars. Trust me, you're going to love this show and feel inspired, because nobody loves the environment more than Richie does. Listen, Lance Bass did a great job hosting last year. He was a little low energy. He could barely make it to his car, but I think that he did a good job. Seriously, I am so honored to be standing here with all of you tonight as your nominee to host this show. I grew up on EMA thanks to Debbie Levin. Debbie is like a second mom to me. I grew up with her daughter. I've known their entire family since I was 10 years old. So when Debbie asked me to host as a mother, an environmentalist, and a board member, I was thrilled. I was one of the first young Hollywood board members. Before me, no one drove a Prius. No one took their bags to the market. In fact, I'm pretty sure I invented the concept of smoking weed out of a pen. That's why nobody has a better relationship with the Greens than I do. I mean, I could walk out there right now and slap Ed Begley and litter on the Warner Brothers lot and not lose a single audience member. Maybe not. But that's because I alone can't do this whole saving the planet stuff. I need a running mate. In fact, I've got two of them right here. They're going to join me on stage and help me spread the good green word. Please welcome Dawn Olivieri and Perry Reeves.
Running mates.
Yeah. Running mates.
How you guys doing?
Tell the nice green people how you are going to help make America green again.
Well, I'm going to make America green again and reduce my impact. Tonight, I am wearing biodegradable underwear.
Yes, Queen!
Olivia?
To make America green again, I am not wearing any underwear because that saves water and electricity. So I figure that's win-win, right? Take them off, girls. There you go.
I'm wearing grandma underwear, so I
I
did
can
not.
feel it now.
Okay, clearly environmentalism has never been hotter. So let us all spread the good green word and make America green again in the best possible way. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Sure.
Since we really want to make a huge moment out of this, and since it's Hollywood, instead of coming up with something original that we hope will work, we're just going to do something that has worked before and call it a reboot. So, in the spirit of recycling, I'm going to take an audience selfie with the beautiful people here tonight. And I have a selfie stick and no phone. And the phone is a-comin'. Jamie Mizrahi is bringing it. Just kidding. Here's a phone right here. Okay. I love you.
Thank you, dear. There you go.
Okay. Okay, great. Here I come. Natural. Okay. Now that we've won big, let's welcome a sexy EMA board member who I can't wait to endorse and present our first award, Wendy Malik.
As Nicole just reminded us with that huge opening, truth really is stranger than fiction these days, and a little more deplorable too. And it may be one reason that here in 2016 we all seem to be living in a new golden and yes, green era for documentary films. Even in this year of debates, there can be no debate that the 3 films nominated for Best Documentary all pulled the fire alarm and let people know about the urgent environmental issues that confront us here and now. Earlier tonight, we showed you some highlights of our impressive nominees, including the 3 powerful films nominated in this category: Racing Extinction, Chasing the Sun, and How to Let Go of the World and Love All Things That Climate Can't Change. And the Emma Award for Best Documentary goes to How to Let Go of the World and Love All Things Climate Can't Change.
Wow, thanks so much. I want to say thank you so much to the Emma Awards and to Debbie Levin. This is the 3rd film in a trilogy that starts with Gasland and Gasland 2. They also won, which is kind of unbelievable. I'm up here with my producer, Dea Schlossberg, who you may have read about a little bit in the news lately. Last week she was in jail in North Dakota. And I think it's very, very important to say that we are in a crisis in this country when it comes to climate change reporting and climate change in the media. We have no mainstream media at Standing Rock Reservation right now reporting on the crisis of the Dakota Access Pipeline. We have had no questions at all in the 3 presidential debates on climate change, even though both candidates support fracking. And what we do is report on climate change. That is something that has taken us all over the world, to 6 continents across the globe, to meet with people who have no choice in fighting climate change because their islands are about to disappear underneath the Pacific Ocean in the South Pacific, or because there are oil spills deep in the Amazon that no one is reporting on, or because people in Zambia decided to create solar panels in their schools and in their hospitals where there was no electrification before. But I want to talk just for a moment about media, because we've seen a very, very disturbing pattern of reporters getting arrested while covering climate change action. And it starts with Amy Goodman, and then Shailene Woodley, who was live streaming and arrested for live streaming. And just, it was 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, Dea, who's the producer of this film, who I've watched do unbelievable things, who is a climate reporter who has been on the front lines across the world, arrested in North Dakota, reporting on a climate change action where activists came in and shut down tar sands pipelines using their emergency shutoff valve, saying this is an emergency, this is a climate change emergency, we are shutting down the flow of tar sands oil into the United States. Now, Dea was there to report on it. She was there to report on it, not to participate. She was arrested as an accessory, held for 53 hours in jail without seeing her lawyer, which is illegal, and then given charges which could result in 45 years in prison. Yeah, 45 years in prison. Edward Snowden tweeted about this last week and said, by contrast, I'm only up for 30 years. It's not a joke. And this is an incredibly disturbing pattern. And, you know, Dea was not an accessory to that action. She was the media, the environmental media. And when she is on trial here, we are all on trial as part of the environmental media. This is a very, very serious moment, and we did not expect this. I expected to be giving a speech about climate change and values. We have to talk about one of our values, which is the First Amendment. Because I've watched this person wade in oil spills in the Amazon up to here. She marched the entire length of the Andes, 7,800 miles, for which she won a National Geographic Explorer of the Year award. I've watched people in the Amazon swat tarantulas off of her back as we go through places where there are green pit vipers and red ants. And never did I ever think for a million years that the #1 threat to her life would be our government. But that's what's happening now, and we need your support. And when we talk about climate change, we know that we're in for some bad news. We know we're in for some bad things coming on our way. That's why we have to pull together with a sense of values. We have to have community. We have to have love. We have to have resilience. We have to have generosity. We have to have all the things that climate can't change: innovation, creativity, courage, and yes, civil disobedience. That's one of the values that we have to have coming forward. We counted at our table. We've got 4 of 8 people who've been arrested in the last year. So you know you've been active on climate change when you've left your house, when you've taken action, and that's what we're asking for you to do tonight. I'm asking you on behalf of my best friend and my producer, Dea Schlossberg. I want her to speak for a minute, but I want to say thank you so much to Emma for this award. It means so much to us. And thank you so much also, of course, to HBO.
Oh, man. So this is pretty surreal for me right now. This is a little different from a North Dakota jail. I never intended to be the story at all. I didn't want to be out speaking about First Amendment rights. I didn't think that would be a necessity. I wanted to report on the brave actions of the people that are on the front lines of climate change. That's what Josh and I and our incredible team on How to Let Go were out there doing. We were telling the stories of people who are fighting climate change, who have already felt the consequences of it and are trying to fight back. And that's what I was doing in North Dakota when I was documenting the Shut It Down action to stop all oil sands from Canada coming into the U.S. That's what Amy Goodman was doing, and that's what Shailene was doing at the Standing Rock Reservation, in efforts to block the Dakota Access Pipeline. If journalists aren't allowed in to those places to tell those stories, it denies everybody their right to know what's going on and to be informed citizens. And I just want to say thank you for recognizing that it's not just this film, it's the people's voices that we have the privilege of amplifying that we all need to hear. So thank you.
Thank you very much.
We've got a special volunteer here tonight helping us present our trophies from the upcoming CW show, Riverdale. Let's hear it for Madeline Petch.
Thanks. I don't get to keep a trophy, do I?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome board member John Struer and Vicki Benjamin.
Thank you very much, and thanks everyone for being here. I just want to tell you that when we were introduced to Emma a couple years ago, we recognized that this group of people, many of you in the audience, the board members, Debbie and Asher, were really doing the same thing that we were doing. We're trying to change the world, trying to make it a better place, very differently, but our goals are the same. Vicki and I run Calvert Investments, the largest responsible investment firm in the world. And our mission, thanks, Ed. Our mission is to create environmental sustainability through changing the way the capital markets work, through changing the way people think about money. And we know that many of you in the audience are involved in that part of the mission also. We thank you for that. We're delighted to be here. One of the big things that we get involved in addition to environmental sustainability, is social justice. And we see your mission also extending into social justice, helping to make the world a more inclusive place. And that's something that is very important to us, and we know it's very important to all of you here. So we made a decision to become a sponsor and to help with your effort. And we were delighted when Debbie and Asher told us we could come here tonight and think about presenting an award to people who are important to us.
That's correct. Thank you, John. At Calvert, we're doing a lot of research, and one of them is on, and some of it was on the role of the corporation. And as we all know, the role of the corporation in society is changing, and corporations are becoming much more impactful. Corporations, with their financial wherewithal and global reach, many companies all over the world, are really uniquely qualified to affect social and environmental change. Because of that global reach, much more qualified than even some smaller regional governments. We truly believe, because of the impact on the growth of corporations, that socially responsible investing is the way to go for the future. Because the way to create, thank you. The way to create positive change is through harnessing the power of the global markets. And what better way than rewarding those corporations that are good citizens to the society, environmentally, and social justice. At Calvert Investments, through research, through our research-driven approach and under the guidance of the Calvert principles, which John and I created 2 years ago, we are able to effectively determine who those good corporate citizens are and direct the capital of our retail and institutional investors to those champions of sustainability while avoiding the laggards. That's why it's a privilege to be able to stand up here with John after working very hard for 2 years and hoping to better marshal the markets and private enterprise to sustain not simply profits, but our planet. John?
Thanks, Vicki. So we both made decisions to devote our careers to changing the way the markets work, trying to bring greater benefits to the least powerful people, those who are disadvantaged, and save the environment. But we have an incredible ally in an organization that was initially supported by the United Nations. The Principles of Responsible Investment, it's going to become its own organization soon. And one of the things that we're talking about up here is the fact that money really matters. Money moves companies, it moves governments, gets people elected, it changes legislation. Money is an enormously powerful tool. It can be a tremendous problem or a tremendous solution. At Calvert, we have tens of billions of dollars of assets under management, but this group of people associated with the UN initially has created a movement that has rallied 1,500 large investment organizations throughout the world with $73 trillion in assets under management, and has convinced those organizations to begin to build into their investment considerations social justice, environmental sustainability, and efforts to move the world forward. It's an incredible effort.
John has been leading this effort for 2 years, and it has been an honor to join him. Momentum is on our side, as evidenced by the impact of the PRI and most recently, the Montreal Protocol, which is making big differences already in the world. I'm really excited that we're celebrating UNPRI, and especially given their recent paper on managing risks on methane gas emissions that you'll all hear about very soon. John?
So all these reasons and more, Calvert and Emma are thrilled to be presenting the United Nations PRI, the Emma Corporate Responsibility Award.
Ten years ago, UN Secretary-General Kofi Annan
and some of the world's largest institutional investors
launched PRI,
the Principles for Responsible Investment.
Many people have not heard
the PRI 6 principles,
but they are essential
to making our global financial system
more transparent and sustainable.
The principles urge investors
to integrate ESG,
environmental, social, and governance issues into their decision-making
and recognize the effects
these issues have on investment performance.
Issues like climate change,
tax avoidance,
and executive pay
are at the top of the PRI's agenda. To date, 1,500 organizations have signed the principles.
Together they manage $60 trillion
US dollars,
which affects us all,
as this represents
more than half of all globally managed assets.
While significant progress
has been made
in a relatively short period of time, it is not enough.
It is not enough.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
To nie je dostačujíce. It's not enough.
As part of the 10-year anniversary
In 2016,
the PRI wants to shape the next decades of responsible investing.
The PRI is asking the investment
industry to take further action on accountability,
stewardship, and sustainability.
We need everyone to join us.
to be part of the solution,
to implement the change we need,
to improve the way companies and markets work,
to help solve the big problems
facing the environment and society today.
Here's the challenge. Questa è la sfida.
Voici le défi. Here is the challenge.
तो ये हमारी चुनौती है. Here's the challenge. Hier ist die Herausforderung.
और काम करना है. 挑戦があります.
Tu je výzva.
وناول التحدي.
到底是哪些挑战呢?
Well, here's the challenge. Challenge your pension fund
to adopt the principles.
Challenge your employer.
Challenge your employer to be more transparent.
About their sustainability strategies
and practices.
Challenge governments.
Challenge governments.
Challenge governments.
Challenge governments
To create the right framework.
for responsible investment.
To flourish around the world and ensure companies are more transparent
About how they manage ESG.
The change we seek must be driven by everyone if it is to be sustainable.
So finally,
We challenge everyone
To share this video.
As a sign
Of continued commitment
to the PRI
Principles.
Great.
Here to accept for UNPRI are Nicola Sobot and Carol Jeppinson.
Good evening, everybody. We're thrilled to accept this award on behalf of the UN Principles for Responsible Investment. We at the PRI believe that by mobilizing investment capital behind some of the world's most challenging issues, like climate change and economic inequality, has the opportunity to make positive change. And we appreciate all of your presence and support and the recognition of this award. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much.
Now, please welcome one of the stars of Blackish. Here's Marcus Scribner.
What's up, y'all? How's everybody doing tonight? We good? Yeah, let's get it. So recently, I just made a movie called Alexander IRL. Yeah, I heard the cheers. Let's get it. All right. For all the people born in the 20th century, IRL means in real life. The story is about some kids creating an app that puts our phones to sleep so we can have fun in real life and reduce our carbon footprint, which is a great lesson. Look at that big camera over right there. You see that big camera? That's way better than any of your phones. And the dude using it is actually a professional. So you can turn all your phones off, save a little juice, and let the pros capture the memories tonight. Round of applause. And you know what the best camera is? Your mind. Because you'll never accidentally delete those images. I mean, unless you throw back too many drinks, which I see a lot of you. I see you over there, man in the gray. All right, you've already seen the nominees for the Children's TV EMA, or Emma, Blaze and the Monster Machines, Cyber Chase Bottled Up, and The Loud House, The Greenhouse. Yeah, y'all hyped back there. And so, I almost opened the wrong envelope. The winner of the Emma is Cyber Chase Bottled Up.
Emma gladly accepts this award on behalf of Cyberchase.
They're here. They're actually here.
Wait, they were in the back of the house. Here they are.
Hi. I'm sorry, I need my crib sheet. Cyberchase is produced by WNET, which is New York's PBS station, and our mission is media with impact, public media with impact. And Cyberchase has been on the air for over a decade, inspiring millions of kids to approach life with problem-solving strategies and to be heroes in their own world. Our show is actually a math show, but we evolved it recently to focus on a very critical need for today's kids, and that's environmental literacy. So we've been producing shows on reduction and reuse, like you just saw, on habitat fragmentation, on renewable resources, air quality, energy conservation, water conservation, and more. And our hope is that we can inspire a new generation of kids to be stewards for a very healthy planet in the future. So thank you very much. I have to thank our Cyber Chase team at WNET. They're awesome. Our extended family of writers and content advisors who are very important to us, national community outreach partners who bring Cyber Chase on the ground into communities nationwide, including local PBS stations everywhere. Also, our incredible cast, who's been giving voice to our characters for over a decade. Our animation studio, who brings the show to life with so much heart. Our digital partners who bring Cyber Chase to kids on all platforms, not just television. Our funders, whose support is as critical as the work we do itself. And of course, PBS, who has brought Cyber Chase to kids' lives for 15 years, and we're hoping many more. So thank you so, so much.
Thank you.
Yellowstone's important because it represents a conservation movement in the United States, and because of the natural landscapes and the wildlife population, it certainly is something that needs to be preserved forever.
I'm really looking forward to seeing this be in operation in the field. And that's really what this idea of going and seeing, or Genji Genbutsu, is really all about, because it helps to put things in context. I shared a common set of values with Toyota. So we feel that we have a responsibility to help manage resources. And a lot of those resources are the environment around us.
The park is looking to find its way off of fossil fuels. And then we were looking for a way to experiment with what can we do with some of our batteries that no longer have a useful life in cars, but have a lot of life left in them for other needs.
I don't see him. Oh.
They're right here.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, they went right across the front.
I don't see him.
I was too busy looking this way.
The Lamar Buffalo Ranch serves as an environmental education campus. It's off the grid, and there was diesel and then propane generators that provided 24/7 power. Noisy, a lot of fuel consumption, and of course pollution.
As one of Toyota's solutions to being able to power our cars by alternative sources, we developed the hybrid battery system. As we looked at what to do with these batteries at the end of their useful life, we saw there was an opportunity. We came out for a visit, and as we visited the site, we realized there's a real need here. But then we started getting really excited because, man, nobody's ever done this. We have 208 of these Camry hybrid batteries that we positioned to be charged by a solar panel array. We're capturing the sun and putting it inside these batteries.
Welcome, everybody. I'm pleased to announce that we're about to switch from the generator system to the batteries. The quiet is about to happen. Steve, we're ready.
We have 9 million hybrid vehicles on the road today. At some point in time, those batteries are going to need replacing. So imagine if we can do this with 200 batteries. Over time, what we could do with 9 million batteries. Anywhere in the world that has a need for power that is off the grid could work with this. The opportunities are endless.
She's an acclaimed actress and Emma Board member. He's an Oscar-nominated director, activist, and winner for tonight's Best Documentary. Please welcome Frances Fisher and Josh Fox.
I can't see the teleprompter.
I'll tell you what it says. I don't know. All right, we're gonna wing it. Everybody knows that activism is on the rise all across the globe, and certainly in the United States of America. Millions of people are out in the streets, enraged, getting educated, engaging about the issues that they care about. Of course, the most important thing is not to just do that on your computer, clicking through things, but to actually leave your house and participate in the streets. We saw a resurgence of that all summer long. So while sharing environmental messages and doing petitions online is important, with your Wi-Fi, on your couch, it's most important, I think, to engage with the grassroots, with your community groups that are your climate action groups that are all around you right now, and volunteer your time to do that.
Earlier this month, Shailene Woodley was arrested while peacefully protesting and protecting the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline. This doesn't help. Oh, it does. Oh my God, it looks terrible on camera, I'm sure. Oh, here comes my next roll. Her presence, Shailene's presence and perseverance, along with other activists and a united group of indigenous peoples, temporarily stalled the pipeline, but the fight is not over, and construction is set to resume. As Shailene has urged, we must all stand with Standing Rock Indian Reservation and raise our voices to protect its people and its resources, because it's just a microcosm of what's happening all over the world. And now, here's a representation of Standing Rock and the Red Nation, artist Jonelle
Romero.
Jonelle
Romero.
Romero. I can't see. They didn't clean it.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here. And it's an honor to be in the territory of the original people of this land, the Tongva, the Gabrielinos, and the Chumash. I personally am very grateful to be here amongst all my fellow actors, directors, and producers. And also, the Academy invited me for their diversity to be a board member this year, which I don't take for granted, which I am taking this very seriously and bringing our voices to the industry. I'd like to honor all my brothers and sisters that are here right now, my Native brothers and sisters that are here right now, that I see your faces and your beauty. And I'd like to honor everyone else that's here right now. And if you find it in your heart to stand up, this is one of the oldest, sacred, most traditional Lakota songs. It's the Thunderbean song. It's the water song. Our first medicine was that of water. We were in our mother's womb in water. We're born out of water. So this sacred water is very, very, very important, this Maniwaka. So I ask you humbly, when you drink your water every day, to say a prayer for your grandchildren, your children, your ancestors. And I'm going to sing the song for you now. If you'd like to stand, that would be awesome. To honor all of your ancestors. This is the most sacred, sacred song. Lechiaya kola mankiam pampelo. Lechiaya kola mankiam pampelo. We opeata wakiano yatewan. Kola mankiam pampelo. We Lechiaya kola mankiam pampelo. Lechiaya kola mankiam pampelo. Uyo peota wakiano yatewa. Kola monkey on Pompelo, way a heo. Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo, Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo. We beata wakiando ya tewa cola monkey on Pompelo, way a heo. Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo, Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo. We beata wakiando ya tewa cola monkey on Pompelo, way a heo. Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo, Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo. We beata wakiando ya tewa cola monkey on Pompelo, way a heo. Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo, Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo. We beata wakiando ya tewa cola monkey on Pompelo, way a heo. Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo, Lechia ya cola monkey on Pompelo. We beata wakiando ya tewa cola monkey on Pompelo, way a heo.
Thank you so much, Jonelle. One more time.
Stay with us.
So,
Stay with us.
I met Shailene Woodley on the trail as a fellow Bernie Sanders surrogate, campaigning all across America for the political revolution. But the truth is, actually, I first heard of Shailene Woodley because she nominated me for GQ Man of the Year. And I thought, who is this completely insane person? But I think, no, that's a true story, actually. For all of you who didn't think that was possible. But that's nothing. Because Shailene is a person who,
Yeah, they're watching.
they're coming for us now.
They heard the song.
Well, it's no joke, actually. Today at Standing Rock, we had over 100 arrests, and people were pepper sprayed and beaten. And those videos are out on Facebook, and you can find them. Where is CNN? Where is MSNBC? Where is Fox? Where is the major media that needs to be covering that story as we have human rights abuses against Americans? The reason why we know it, let me tell you, the reason why I know about Standing Rock is Shailene Woodley. Shailene Woodley is the person who came and said, you've got to pay attention to this, Josh. You've got to come to our rally in Union Square. You've got to come out. And it was a long summer with months and months and months and months of campaigning. But there was an urgency in her voice that only comes when you really absolutely mean what you say. And that's the thing I know about Shailene Woodley. She always has this incredible poise, incredible grace, incredible urgency and compassion in the way that she speaks about the things that she speaks about. And we all owe her a huge debt of gratitude. I'm very proud to say that she's my friend. And I'm proud to stand with her and stand with Standing Rock tonight.
Before we bring Shailene out, it would be remiss of me not to mention what we are all doing tomorrow. At MacArthur Park at 4:30 in the afternoon, there is a climate revolution. There will be 12 people speaking about not only climate change, but issues ranging from indigenous issues to social justice to what's been going on in the media. I invite you all to come. You can go to how to
I think it's, how to let go movie.com.
howtoletgomovie.com and get the information, because we're going to be in the park. You'll hear these amazing speakers, and then Josh's movie is going to screen under the stars at 7:30 in the evening. And if you bring a blanket or a pillow, you can be on the blanket and the pillow. We'll watch the movie, and afterwards we are going to collect all those blankets and pillows, wash them, and give them to the homeless people in Los Angeles. So I just wanted to let you guys know that that's happening tomorrow at MacArthur Park. So back to Emma. This year, for the first time ever, Emma is presenting 2 future awards, recognizing both a woman and a man. And that's a wonderful thing, because it only stresses how important the future is, the future generation, for the causes that are here and now. So please welcome your female Future Award recipient, my dear friend and warrior goddess, Shailene Woodley.
Hi, guys. First off, I just want to acknowledge how beautiful and lovely this is, and how crazy it is that in October we can sit outside this late at night and kind of be hot, not chilly at all. That's just a little bizarre. I'm from LA, and I don't remember Octobers being like this when I was a kid. Wow. I have a lot to say, but before I do that, I would like to take a moment, and I invite you to join me in closing our eyes and remembering why we're here, why we're really here. Beyond the dresses, beyond our speeches, beyond the wonderful presentations, but what our real intention as human beings and the contracts that we decided to make right now. So if you guys would join me in closing my eyes, I'm going to ask my Dine brother, Lehigh Sanchez, to lead us in a prayer.
Yate, I come from the Dene Nation, which is northern Arizona. I'm here with my brother Joey, who's actually from the Apaches. We're actually ancient enemies, believe it or not, and now look at us. We're buddies. And my sister Shay, and Janelle, who I'm happy to see here. My given name is Thunder Voice Eagle. So tonight I'd like to offer a prayer, if you'd allow me. Oreha e nana jara tengra sendeve ko ara, ko ape ko vida pe, ko gente. Father, Creator, who is in heaven, we're grateful to be here this day. And under open skies, we offer a prayer of thanks. To give thanks for all those who have showed up today, who have followed their heart to be here, for those that have sacrificed. We are grateful for all that we have in this beautiful Mother Earth. And we stand as guardians still to protect what is sacred. We have tried hard throughout all these years to honor our mother, and we have done the best that we can. And now with our brothers and sisters, we band together to save what is sacred. I ask that these people who have come today and who are in the reach of my voice may be blessed to have the strength and knowledge that they need to continue forward. We also pray for those who many may see as the offenders, the policemen, and also for the Army, those who are in the service, who are doing their job. We ask that their hearts may be open and that we do understand that they are doing their job. But help us also to have a heart at peace as we move forward, that we may have a new beginning within us as we continue down this new path together as brothers and sisters. I say these things, Hede Kirito, Helpesha. Amen. Thank you.
Similar to Dea and Josh, I anticipated coming up here and talking about activism and participation, and not so much focus on Standing Rock. But I got a text while I was at this dinner from my friends who are on the ground still. I'm gonna get very emotional, you guys, because this is a very real thing that we are dealing with. And the time is not tomorrow. The time is now. For the first time in history, Native American tribes are uniting not only with non-Native allies, but with themselves. Because what a lot of us don't realize is that before colonization, Native American tribes, many of them were at war with one another. There is a profound healing that is happening on our planet. And a lot of that healing is because Indigenous people are standing on the front lines, strong and brave, and with their fists open. There's been a misconception that we have to fight with knives by our sides and with anger and with violence. And what we are seeing right now at Standing Rock is that thousands of people are committed to fighting and winning a battle against corporate greed with nothing but love and compassion, prayer and ceremony. And my brothers and sisters and your brothers and sisters, 108 of them got arrested today for protecting clean water for not only those of us who are alive right now, but those of us who are to come, for my future babies. The fact that this has not been brought up in any of our debates, 40 years from now, which is what's on the Democratic platform, going from coal to natural gas, transitioning from coal to natural gas to renewable energy, we don't have 40 years. Because in 40 years, I'm gonna be in my 60s. And I wanna make sure that my grandbabies don't have to buy a bottle of water for $20 because clean water is impossible to find. I wanna make sure that when they're driving down the roads and they see a river or a bubbling creek, that they can pull off in their car and jump in it, because guess what? We can't do that right now. Our rivers are not going to be contaminated. They are contaminated. This is a grave issue, and we have people on the front lines being thrown in jail. Their First Amendment, I was thrown in jail. Guys, I was peacefully protesting. I didn't plan to get arrested. The day I got arrested, there was 26 others who got arrested. But I was doing what 300 other people were doing, and not any of them got arrested. I got singled out. I had a Facebook live feed going with over 40,000 people watching. And I was the only person out of 300 people who got arrested for doing that. So there's obviously, a big desire to keep this silent. But I'm calling out everyone in this room tonight. Show up. Don't just tweet about it. Don't just feed off of me getting arrested. Go to Standing Rock. Go to Standing Rock. Each and every one of you, if you can. Because guess what? It's not scary. I've been there. I was there when I got there. There was 35 people on the ground. I stayed for a month and a half living with them. And by the time I left, there was over 8,000. In a month and a half, 8,000 people without a lot of money, without the privilege that a lot of us in this room have, somehow made it to Standing Rock and have survived in the cold because they believe in a fight that is about love. For a long time, we've had this narrative of us against them, us against Big Pharma, us against Monsanto, us against the fossil fuel industry. But that's not getting us anywhere. The reason why Indigenous people are making a difference is not only because they're the first people most of the time in other marginalized communities to get affected by climate change and by the fossil fuel industry, but because they're standing and they're praying. And what that prayer does is change the narrative from us against them to us with them. Because I guarantee you, those people in those seats at those oil companies who are building this DAPL pipeline, they're just trying to do what's best for their kid. They just might not know things that maybe we know. And so if we unite together and hold that ceremony and we hold that passion in love and in compassion, that is how we're going to make a difference. It's important to go green. I'm not saying it's not. It's important not to use plastic. It's important. But what's really important is standing up and making our voices so loud that they have no choice to ignore us. No choice. They say it's impossible. It's only impossible if we allow that. So all of us in this room, we have the ability. Go to Standing Rock, all of you journalists, all of you who are involved in the media, all of you actors, all of you artists, the time is now. We don't have any more time. We cannot let this suppression continue, not only on the Indigenous communities of our world, but on the future children. And we are all here tonight because we are honoring our ancestors who worked really hard to give us the lives that we have. And it is our responsibility to not only honor them now, but to continue to honor them so that our future children have a world where they don't just have to scrape by and survive, but where they can thrive. We have to stop resisting love, and we have to start living with love in every moment. We're not going to save the earth until we realize we are earth. It starts with us humans. We got to treat each other with kindness and with respect. So whatever your ceremony is, whatever your prayer is, whatever entity you pray to, find it within yourself to do it a little bit every single day, a little bit more, so that you lead a more compassionate life, because the ripple effect of that is what is going to save our oceans. It is what's going to save our planet, and it's what's going to save our race and my future babies. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having us.
No, they love you. They love you. Let's take a picture. Oh, no, here, take a picture. Yeah. Take a picture. Scoot over there. Let's go over here.
She's an Emma board member and model/actress, and he's a hashtag hero. Please make some noise for Karush Tran and Joey Graceffa. Karuche Tran.
Wow, that was incredible. I don't know how we're supposed to follow that up, but I guess I'll just go into it and read the teleprompter. Okay, so advertising campaigns aren't just entertaining anymore. They can engage and activate their audience.
Which is why we're so proud to present a brand new category this year, Emma's Excellence in Advertising.
Showcasing advertising campaigns that weren't just about selling you something, but actually changed the way you thought about the world.
The nominees are Chipotle from CAA,
Angry Birds International Day of Happiness from Sony,
Stella Artois Water.org, Buy a Lady a Drink by Mother,
and the EMA Award for Excellence in Advertising goes to, I don't think we have a thing, but it says it up there. Okay, it's Angry Birds International Day of Happiness. Oh, there it is. Forgot this. Well, where are they? They're not? They're not? Are they here?
Angry Birds, are you guys here? No, they're not here.
Thank you. Look, this cause of ours is really important, and I have been very moved by what I've heard tonight. We are very appreciative of the recognition of what we have done and the recognition from the Environmental Media Association. Sony Pictures is very committed to sustainability globally, and through the power of our association with Rovio and with the United Nations Community Creative Team, we were able to put together an advertising campaign that we believe was both funny and light-hearted, but could really help people to think about how they could engage in really doing things that fought against climate change. We thank you very much.
I'm here representing the Angry Birds team, and I just want to thank the United Nations and Sony Pictures for bringing this opportunity to Angry Birds for the movie. It was really appropriate for us to do a campaign like this because the world in which the birds live in is a very organic world. Everything that was designed specifically for the film had a very focus on renewable resources, very organic. Everything in their world is built that way. And so it was a desire for us to show that anger, there are many sides to anger. You can use anger in very positive ways, and one of them can be about things that you're very passionate about and causes that are important to you. So for us, this was a really great opportunity to do that. So, for us specifically, it was about using it in this campaign to get the word out about sustainable development goals, especially related to those related to climate change. And entertainment plays a very key role in getting information out about important issues like this. And through the Angry Birds movie and through Angry Birds as the game and the brand, we have an opportunity to reach a massive audience, get them to change their ways, learn, teach a new generation of young kids and adults and everyone that's playing how to get involved and participate in these very critical issues. So thank you very much.
Hi, thanks. I'm really honored to be here representing the UN with our wonderful partners at Sony and Rovio. I'm with the UN's Creative Community Outreach Team, and for the past 7 years, we've been working with film and TV productions on a lot of interesting projects over the past 7 years. But this campaign was really something new for us, and it showed us a new way that we can work with the entertainment industry to spotlight things like the Sustainable Development Goals, which are really, the plan that the international community has rallied around for the next 15 years. And I think, it's a valuable time for us to be engaging in these sorts of new campaigns. And we're so grateful for the creativity and the goodwill from our partners in Sony and Rovio. And we were just so thrilled about the fantastic buzz that this campaign generated, reaching close to 1 billion people and a lot of young audiences, showing them ways that they can engage on these big issues that are going to be, the big challenge for years to come for us all. And now, on top of that, we get this award, so what's not to like about it? So thank you very much. Thank you.
All right, are you ready for the next presenter? Our next presenter is Lance Bass. I love this man so much that people are starting to talk. Maybe not. But he's last year's host and a beloved Emma board member to whom we'd never say bye, bye, bye. Please welcome Lance Bass.
All right, I just want to say there can be no debate about our host tonight. Nicole Richie, yes, I'm with her. Hashtag, I'm with her. Now, thank you, Nicole, for all you're doing to make America green again. And yes, everyone should use that sustainable hashtag tonight. The great Roman philosopher Cicero once said, "If you have a garden and a library, you have everything you need." Now, he was writing in BC, but in 2009, EMA began living up to that ancient ideal when we launched our Green My School program at the Helen Burstein High School in Hollywood. Yeah, alumni, okay. This year, Emma expanded its local garden program and became a nationwide initiative. Green My School is bringing celebrities back to their hometowns to build organically grown gardens in their very own elementary schools. Yeah. Now, supported by Gardine, who has made my Meatless Mondays very enjoyable, our goals are to have 20 cities with organically grown school garden programs by 2020 all over the country. And I can't tell you how thrilled I was to go back to my hometown of Clinton, Mississippi, and to my old school. Someone from Mississippi, really? No, I didn't think so. Well, just take a look at this.
The smell of home cooking. It takes you back. The food is family. It's community.
Hi, how are you?
We're so glad you're here.
The older I get, the more I realize that the community I had growing up was so important to me. So it's so important for me to come back and give back to the community that raised me.
You're much bigger than you used to be.
Well, I hope so. We at the Environmental Media Association have been building school gardens for over 10 years, but we've never tried something so ambitious. Kicking off the Environmental Media Association's Green My School campaign with Bird's Eye Vegetables. Bird's Eye and the Environmental Media Association are working to teach students and families about the importance of making veggies a part of everyday meals. This program is teaching students about the importance of vegetables in agriculture and will continue throughout the year with additional celebrities planting gardens in towns around the country. I think this garden program is going to bring people together, and seeing something grow, you feel accomplishment that you've done something as a team. And of course, we want to again thank Bird's Eye for contributing to making this garden amazing and help y'all learn about what you're putting in your bodies, because you are what you eat. It's important for these celebrities to come back to their hometowns and bring these gardens because they feel ownership. It's also great that Bird's Eye is supporting us too and giving back to my community. Knowing where your food comes from and interacting with it, it changes everything. Family, food, community. This is what EMA's Green My School program is all about.
Now, every little sustainable bit helps, so this year Emma has gone digital with our annual tribute book to save a few beautiful trees. It's available at www, I don't think you have to say that anymore, .greenforemma.org /2016 Emma Awards Tribute ebook. Did you get all that? Okay. And it's fabulous, I promise. So please check out the tribute book, share a link with your friends and followers, and help the message of Emma go viral. Now please welcome the hilarious, beautiful, and super woke cast of Hulu's Casual, Michelle Watkins, Tommy Dewey, and Tara Lynn Barr.
The world is an increasingly terrifying place.
The daily news is filled with war and natural disasters and poverty, all displacing people around the planet and elevating global tension.
But if there's one place you can go to escape the horrors of the world around us, it's a place full of fantasy and wonder, and that place is reality television.
That's real talk. Earlier, you saw the nominees for the EMA or Emma Reality Award, Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Iced Out.
Sorry, that's absolutely no pun intended there. Kim, we hope
Sorry,
you get
Kim.
that bling back. Okay? We really do. Namaste. Bless you. God be with you.
Good luck.
Also nominated Jimmy Kimmel Live's Climate Change, Truth and Power Activists or Terrorists, and Discovery's Nuclear Sharks, which I did not see, but that sounds very cool. Very cool. I'm a fan of that.
And the Emma goes to Jimmy Kimmel Live Climate Change.
I am Jimmy Kimmel, and I just want to say thank you. I really do appreciate this. I wanted to do something to help raise awareness of the very real dangers of climate change, but I do have to say I didn't do it alone, and there are a number of people I'd like to thank, if you'll indulge me. First and foremost, I want to thank China for inventing climate change in the first place. Without this elaborate and diabolical hoax, this award would not have been possible. Next, I want to thank the tens of thousands of scientists who played along. You guys gave up so much to perpetuate this. More than 40 years of fake research, fake data, fake results. Not a single one of you ever spilled the beans. Great work. We really got them with this one. I want to thank the ice caps for melting so convincingly, and of course, the polar bears for really selling the whole loss of habitat, can't find food thing. I want to thank the coral for disappearing from the reef, and the seas for rising, and the wildfires for raging, and everything else that went into making this myth so believable. I also want to thank my agent, James Baby Doll Dixon, for smoking enough cigarettes to raise global temperatures by at least ½ degree. And finally, I'd like to put a curse and a pox on a previous winner of this award. He won in 2013, Matt Damon, who, I don't know, you gave the guy an award despite the fact that he poops in plastic bags and throws them in the ocean. I don't applaud that, but I do thank you. Thanks very much.
As a mother and a member of the Emma Parent Board, I am so proud of our work with allergy kids. Please take a look at this video Emma helped produce.
To our babies, we pledge to watch over you, to keep you warm, no matter how cold.
To keep you fed, no matter how picky you become.
We pledge to keep you safe.
From the big things we can see,
and from the little things too small for anyone to see.
From monsters imagined and real.
And finally, we promise that there is nothing on earth that will ever get between us and our pledge to you.
Our little ones.
And now, here's actress, model, citizen, and Emma board member, Malin Ackerman.
Hi. To be a parent is to understand that there is nothing theoretical about the future. The future is in the air our children breathe. The future is in the sun that shines upon them. Unless we ever forget, the future is in the food that we and they eat. Robyn O'Brien has been called Food's Erin Brockovich by the New York Times and Bloomberg. Sorry, I just had to take a breath. I just ran here. Because of the way she dares to ask big questions. Whether it was famously wondering, are we allergic to food or what's done to it? And also when she helped call into question the skyrocketing price of EpiPens when she coined the phrase #Epigate. Yeah. As a mother, when I read Robyn's book, The Unhealthy Truth, or listened to her famous TED Talk from 2011, I know more and feel better because finally there's a grown-up in the room. And so it is my pleasure to say that the Emma Green Parent goes to a writer, a financial analyst, and a mother of 4 who inspires mothers and fathers around the world, Robyn O'Brien.
So I was listening to Shailene, and I know everything about her because she is absolutely my 11-year-old daughter's idol. And when she said, you know, maybe the people at these oil and gas companies, maybe they just need us to love them. I grew up in Houston, Texas. I went to business school on a full scholarship, and I was recruited by those oil and gas companies. Instead, I went to work on a team that managed $20 billion in assets. I was the only woman on the team, and the guys had me cover the food industry. I couldn't cook, really wasn't interested in it, but I learned those business models. I loved that job. It was black and white. It didn't involve my heart at all. It was safe. I was hidden behind 5 giant screens every day. But my husband took a job in Boulder, Colorado, and so we moved with a brand new baby. And I thought, you know, I'll take some time off from finance, and we'll just have these kids. I'm super type A, and so we had 4 kids in 5 years. And I really didn't want anybody telling me what to feed those kids. It was hard enough just getting them fed being a mom. But one day in January of 2006, my life changed forever, completely, when our 4th child had an allergic reaction over breakfast. When Martha Stewart was taking her company public, I met her, and I used to joke, you know, making scrambled eggs for breakfast was about as Martha Stewart as I could get. She signed cookbooks that day in the office, and I thought, you know, I know so little about food. I'll just have her sign the prospectus, the financial statement. And I did. So when our littlest started to fuss that morning, I had no idea what was happening to her. I had no idea. It was tubes of blue yogurt, Lego My Eggo waffles, and those scrambled eggs. I put her down for a nap, and for some reason that I still to this day cannot explain, I went to check on her. And her face was swollen shut. I turned to the older 3 and I said, "What did you put in her face?" And they just gave me those blank, honest little kid stares, and I was absolutely terrified. I raced her to the emergency room, and the pediatrician saying, "Robyn, this looks like an allergic reaction." And I'm thinking, how is that even possible? How can I be a mother? How can I protect this child if the food is not safe? And so I began researching food from an entirely different angle. I dug into the financial statements. I started asking questions. And I created a pretty big allergic reaction in the food industry 10 years ago. It is not something I ever thought I'd do. The threats were really real. And I had a moment where I was standing in the kitchen window looking out at the kids in the backyard, and I thought, if I don't say something, who will? I had learned that Kraft and Monsanto were funding food allergy research. I didn't know how to do this. When people tried to use the word activist or advocate, I didn't even feel comfortable with that label. I thought, this is so love-fueled, this work. It is so love-fueled. I don't know what you call that. We don't have a word for it. And as I began to move forward, I was asked to debate these corporations in the media like Josh talked about. And every single time, right before we were supposed to do the segments, someone would call and say, "We can't do the story, Robyn." I was in Houston visiting my family. I had multiple calls from CNBC to debate the National Cattlemen's Association. I thought, I got this. I grew up with these guys. I got this. I was terrified, but I knew I could do it. Got down to the studio 10 minutes before that segment was supposed to air. They said, "They will not debate you." And I realized that they had so much more to fear than we do. As I began to speak out, as I found this courage, I studied other leaders. The 2 that impacted me the most were Martin Luther King Jr. and Harvey Milk. Because what they were fighting for was justice. And the way that they were doing it was with love. And if you look back over history, there is no injustice that is more powerful than love. So I think about what Shailene was talking about and what those tribes are protecting. They are protecting our land. They are protecting our soil. That is where our food comes from. And right now in the United States, less than 1% of all of our farmland is organic. Less than 1%. That land at Standing Rock is some of the best land our country has. We haven't protected the soil. We haven't protected the water. The opportunity in front of us is huge, and it could not be more urgent. This generation of kids has earned the title of Generation RX because of the rates of food allergies. It's 1 in 13 kids. Because of the rates of asthma, it's 1 in 10. Because of the rates of diabetes, it's 1 in 3 Caucasian kids and 1 in 2 minority kids born in the year 2000. That's my daughter's 11th grade class. Those kids have done nothing to earn that. And we have every opportunity to fix it. So I look at this, what we have in front of us, the tools, the resources of this community, the partnership with the Environmental Media Association to tell these stories. And I truly, truly believe that this is the work of a lifetime. It is the greatest love story we could ever get to tell of how we healed the planet and how we healed each other in that process. So thank you so much for the award. Thank you so much for the leadership that this organization represents.
She's appearing in the upcoming Hulu series Shut Eye. And she's a star from Life in Pieces and this year's Emma nominee for Best Picture Consumed. Please welcome Emma board members Emmanuel Shariki and Zoe Lister-Jones.
Hey everyone. So Halloween is coming up fast, and if you haven't already decided on a costume, this is the perfect holiday to show people that you're an activist.
That's right. Like, for example, I'm going to be going as the Giving Tree. I'm going to trick it out. I'm going to have a backing band. Do you want to know what the backing band is? The Roots. Okay? Hey,
yeah.
Thanks very much.
And I'm dressing up as a sexy drought. It's basically the same outfit I'm wearing now, but I'll be carrying around a water bottle with dirt.
That was good, too. Yeah. So earlier tonight, you saw the nominees for the Emma Best TV Comedy. Simpsons' Teenage Mutant Milk-Caused Hurdles.
Life in Pieces, Will Trash Book Spa.
And Casual the Lake.
And the winner is? Oh, that was good. Simpsons' Teenage Mutant Milk-Caused Hurdles. We know you're coming.
Are they coming?
Yeah, here they are. The long walk. Here we are. Yes.
Okay, yay.
I just want to ask, why did they put comedy at the end? I mean, the message is the earth is fucked. Now, say something funny. I just want to say it's a grim spectacle. The ice caps are melting. It's the end of the world. The Cubs are in the World Series. Thank you very much.
She's a lifelong Emma board member and appears in the upcoming Twin Peaks. And he's an actor and activist. Here are Francesca Eastwood and Carrie Illes.
The voices of activists are often described as passionate, but passion alone isn't always enough to convey the gravity of a message.
That's why Carrie and I wanted to share with you a little trick to add some drama so that you can share your message, you know, and really get it across with a British accent.
That's right. But not just any British accent. For example, Francesca, if I were to say to you, in acidic environments, aluminum runoff in water is toxic to plants, invertebrates, fish, and wildlife, what would your response be?
It's a little British documentary.
Yes, right.
You know.
But if I were to say to you, when aluminum gets in the water, basically it kills everything, which is totally out of order.
Much more dramatic.
Right?
I want to get involved.
Good, exactly. So, earlier this evening, you saw the nominees for the TV, yes, thank you.
That was wonderful.
Just one laugh, yes. You saw the nominees, thank you, I appreciate that, thank you. For the nominees for the TV Drama Award, Wayward Pines, Choices, The Path, What the Fire Throws, and The Blacklist, Eli Machette.
And the Emma winner is The Blacklist, Eli Machette.
Thanks very much. I'm Lucas Ryder. I'm one of the executive producers of the show, and I wrote this episode with J.R. Orsi. On behalf of everyone at the Blacklist, thank you so much for the award and for everything that the Environmental Media Association does to help make our planet healthier and safer. We're very proud to incorporate eco storylines into the show when we can, and proud that we were nominated last year for our animal poaching story, and this year we took a look at some of the dangers that come with the proliferation of genetically modified seeds for crops like corn and soy that are such staples of our global food economy. If we're basically planting what is the exact same seed in fields all over the world, you have to wonder if one robust virus would be capable of creating a global food crisis, and that's something that we looked at in the episode. We also do our best on the production side. We have an art department that established an office composting program. Our craft services donates thousands of pounds of food every season, more than 3,000 pounds last year. Sony has a great sustainability program, and they really encourage their shows across all platforms to include those kind of programs. So thanks to Sony, thanks to NBC, thanks to Stephen Adelson, who directed this episode, thanks to John Bokenkamp and John Eisendrath and all of the writers, James Spader and the cast and crew, and thanks to my wife, who is the one who I talk every episode out with her, and she's the one who convinced me that I absolutely could and should write an episode about the obviously scintillating subject of genetically modified corn. Thanks.
Now, here to tell you about the Emma Green Seal is an amazing Emma board member, Ed Begley Jr.
Thank you for remembering. I'll never read that. I'm just going to read from the paper. I'm part of Emma because I'm an environmentalist. I'm an actor because, like every one of you, I seek approval and validation. That's why year after year, the Emma Green Seal has been recognizing sustainable production in our entertainment world. In fact, Using the Emma Green Seal guidelines, our set on Scandal was inspired to install water stations and reduce the usage of plastic water bottles by thousands weekly. How about a hand for them? Just like Scandal, the films and TV shows you see on the screen have been making a significant effort in reducing their environmental impact. Last year, we awarded 56 Emma Green Seals. This year, we did even better with 58 Green Seals. How about that? We thank you, we love you. We may even validate your parking. To all of this year's Green Seal recipients, congratulations, and we also will validate bike parking. Thank you so much.
Please welcome to the stage actors and Emma Board members Darby Stanchfield and James Vanderbeek.
All right. Martin Scorsese once said, cinema is a matter of what's in the frame and what's out.
Oh, mark my words, James, this Scorsese fellow, he's going to do very well in the movie business. So, are the movie makers nominated in this year's Emma's feature category? Now, they all found room in the frame for one of the framing issues of our times.
Here are three very different nominated motion pictures that each in their own way put the spotlight where it belongs. The Jungle Book, Consumed, and The Revenant.
And the Emma Award goes to,
It's a tie.
It's a tie.
All right, the first one is The Jungle Book.
Where are you?
There they are.
Thank you, and thank you to the Environmental Media Association. All of us at Disney are tremendously proud of The Jungle Book. We had an amazing and visionary director in Jon Favreau, an absolutely stellar cast, and the most talented crew. You wouldn't know from looking at it, but The Jungle Book was filmed at sound stages in downtown Los Angeles, and something we're very proud of. From its themes to the technical advances that made it possible to shoot in Los Angeles, we feel The Jungle Book truly demonstrates our company's long-standing commitment to preserving and sharing the natural world. So on behalf of Disney, Jon Favreau, and our cast and crew, thank you for this award.
And the second winner is?
Consumed. Daryl, get up here.
Thank you so much. Wow, wasn't expecting to stand up here. Wow, thank you to the Environmental Media Association and Debbie Levin. We're a small film. We were made for under $1 million and a lot of love. And we started writing this movie about 7 years ago. At that time, my writing partner and I, and star of the film, Zoe here, knew almost nothing about genetically engineered food. And over the years, meeting farmers, talking to activists and journalists, and reading as many books as we could about it, we began to learn so much. And you know, to hear the recent news that Monsanto and Bayer just made a $66 billion deal that is essentially going to control a quarter of the global food supply in our seeds is one of the most shocking new developments that we could have learned. Our film is a political thriller that is tackling the world of genetically engineered food, GMOs, in case you didn't already gather that. And it's led by a cast, Danny Glover, Anthony Edwards, Taylor Kinney, Zoe. And we're trying to shed light on what's going on with our food system. And I feel like the media, as Josh was saying, to tap back into that, has made us all believe that GMOs are safe. And the scientific community is actually very divided about their safety because a lot of these corporations are self-regulating the seeds, or the science. And so we don't really actually know what the long-term effects are because there haven't been long-term studies done. So hopefully we can all become a little bit more educated about what we're putting into our body. Let me pass the mic to Zoe for a second.
Thank you so much. Such an honor. I would just add, we made this movie to spark a conversation around an issue that is impacting all of us, but that is really mired in so much misinformation. And one of the most alarming statistics that we learned along this journey was that 64 countries around the world label genetically modified food, but the United States does not. This is a huge battle that many people are on the front lines of, but we're up against pretty intense, profit-hungry corporate lobbyists. But everyone in this room can really make our voices heard by supporting local farmers, supporting organic, supporting non-GMO, and contacting your local Congress people to tell them that we have a fundamental right to know what is in our food. This is about the future of our world. I mean, this is not a fringe issue. This is impacting climate change, biodiversity, small farmers. This is about food democracy, and this is not a first world issue. This is, developing nations around the world are testing sites for really dangerous technology, and they're being taken advantage of by big corporations. So make your voice heard, and thank you so much.
And now, please welcome the CEO of Just Water, Grace John.
Before joining Just Water, I was a long-standing corporate resident who desired to be part of something more meaningful and impactful. I wanted to do good business, but deep down, I also recognized that it wasn't that simple when businesses, in essence, need to be charged by profit. Well, like many, I parked that thought and went on with my daily business. That is until I met our co-founder, Jaden Smith. Jaden started Just Water with the untethered idea that it is the responsibility of all of us, including businesses, to affect change, particularly when that change is essential to preserving our planet. The catalytic moment for Jaden came when he realized our waters were polluted with plastic and that he wanted to make things right. That determination, ownership, and drive came from such a pure place, that of a 10-year-old 8 years ago. Without rules and norms, he wanted to right the wrongs, affect change for this and the next generations to come. I'm extremely proud to be a part of this important movement created by a phenomenal and thoughtful young man who inspires me each day to shed the rules and create new paths. He's one of those rare individuals where you respect and admiration deepens the more you get to know him. I'm constantly inspired by his relentless vision for progress and will continue to do my bit towards the goodness and impact that Jaden knows is possible. Tonight, I'm honored to be here to present him the EMA Male Futures Award. So please show some love for your Male Futures honoree, my inspiration, my colleague, and my friend, Jaden Smith.
How is everybody doing tonight? We're doing good, we're doing good.
This is truly an honor for me to be here accepting this award, and for you to give this award to me and Shailene, who is my favorite actress in the world, and I'm just so blown away on everything that she is doing for the entire world, and she inspires me. It's not some track list of accomplishments that we've had in our past. It's what we're doing right now to inspire our future generations. So I just want to take a moment for what Shailene's doing, because I really love. It's truly inspiring. You know, my passion about the environment started when I was young. I was 10, and I was surfing, and I saw all of the water being polluted by the plastics that were in the ocean. And then I started to, study more and more in school and see that the Pacific Patch was a real thing, and that, bioplastics breaking down was a real thing, and it was getting in the food chain of everything that we eat out of the ocean and take out of the ocean. And I was just so hurt by this, because as a 10-year-old boy, I had no idea that this was happening at all. I talked to my parents about it. I said, guys, this is happening. I don't know what to do, but I know that I want to be a part of the solution, that I want to be a part of the change. And I just have to say thank you to them for even believing in me and in taking my idea seriously as a 10-year-old boy. And I talked to them and I said, I want to be a part of the change. I really want to do something about this. And that's where we came together with Miguel and Drew. And we found a company called Tetra Pak. It was a European company that is doing amazing things for the world. It's a packaging company. And we said, hey, we want to make water with you guys. We started getting samples. We started, really making it a serious thing. Drew designed the bottle, and then we started to move forward. And I knew that the only place that I wanted this to live for the world to experience it for the first time, was in Whole Foods. And I knew that ever since the first time that I started this. When we were in Texas at the capital of Whole Foods, probably my favorite place in the world, I told them in that meeting, this bottle right here that I'm holding in my hand right now, it is made out of paper and plastic, and it will not always be made out of that. It is 53% made out of renewable resources. And I promise, as a co-founder of Just Water, that while we are in the stores, while consumers are buying it, we are going to continue to innovate better options and a better bottle for the world. And we are going to continue to push the renewable materials in this bottle further and further and further. And I'm proud to stand here today and to say that this Just Water bottle that I'm holding in my hand, this Just Water bottle that is sitting in front of you on the table, is 82% made out of renewable resources because of the plant-based plastic in the cap from Brazil. And I will not stop this mission. I will not stop this initiative until we are fully sustainable and 100% renewable resources out of this bottle. I want to say thank you to the EMAs for this award and having me up here to really spread my vision and supporting us with also keeping the water here. Thank you so much. I'm dedicating my life to this for the rest of my life. Thank you so much.
To present the final Emma of the night, we have a couple of great presenters. They are committed, passionate, and so hot it might cause further climate change. Please welcome Ian Somerhalder and Nikki Reed.
Hello.
Hi. Wow, that teleprompter's so far.
Do you want your phone to read it?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
If I do this, does it look weird? Okay.
Nikki and I are thrilled to be here at the Emma Awards because as a former Future Awards recipient myself, I know that for more than 2 decades, this has always been a major environmental event with a sense of mission. And we're especially honored to be able to present the Emma Missions in Music to an animal rights activist, author, vegan restaurateur, a groundbreaking, earth-loving DJ, a musical force, and a real activist who makes the natural blues sound so good. The one, the only, Moby.
Moby has consistently used his talent to better our world and honor all living things on it, in it. He's done that by standing up for what he believes, whether that means starting his own nonprofit, advocating on Capitol Hill for net neutrality, putting out a punk rock album 20 years ago called Animal Rights, right?
Of course.
Right?
Just what you do.
Yeah. Or opening his own 100% organic vegan restaurant. Ian's gonna take me there as soon as
If I
Moby
can get a
gets us
reservation.
reservation, right? That's what married people do. We call each other out for, when are we going on a date?
Soon.
Okay.
Soon as I rap.
Well.
In all he does, on stage and off, Moby conveys his own sense of mission with guts and grace, and in the finest tradition of the Environmental Media Association, a deep understanding how best to communicate the sustainable truths of our times.
And as Moby himself once put it, and I love this quote, you guys, I applaud people's passion, but when people are judgmental, people as in us, we, and aggressive, all you end up doing is getting other people to turn away in irritation. To change people's minds, you have to respect the people you're talking to, and that seems to be the theme tonight, right? Love. Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. So, for all those reasons and more, we are thrilled to present the Emma Missions and Music Award to a man we all respect, Moby! What's the carrot? It's for an amazing local...
We're just having a conversation.
Yeah, exactly. It's a huge farm here in LA that was shut down and bulldozed.
I was asking what the wooden carrot is on everyone's lapel. It looks sort of culty, doesn't it? So I've just been told, I have some good news. We're at the halfway mark. There's only another 3.5 hours left. By the way, did anyone else grow up watching MASH? So I still have this almost like Pavlovian reaction, because you know the helicopters that come over the hill in Korea? It's not Korea. It's right there. So the next time you look at the little hill this side of Griffith Park, that's where it's Korea. Thank you very much for this award/weapon. And the one thing, I know we've all been here for 7.5 hours, so I don't want to take up too much of your time, because we also were going to sing 6 or 7 or 9, 12 songs. We're going to do Inagata Davida. And so, but one thing I did want to say very briefly about environmentalism is there's one thing that we collectively as a nation and a species could do to really address and redress most of our environmental concerns is stop supporting animal agriculture. Very, very quickly, animal agriculture contributes up to 50% of climate change, according to the UN and World Watch, 75% of antibiotic resistance, 90% of rainforest deforestation, probably 75% of erectile dysfunction, 40% of California's water use, 50% of cancer, diabetes, heart disease, close to 100% of famine, because all the food that they're feeding to cows, et cetera, could be fed to people, 50% of ocean acidification. So in one fell swoop, you address all these environmental issues just by stop subsidizing animal agriculture. That's my quick spiel. I could go on longer, or should I? Because we all have so much time. I think now we're going to play some songs. Woo! Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're going to. We're not.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going to bring out some friends. We're going to play songs, because I could sing, but it's probably better to have actual people who know how to sing. Do you have it, Mindy, Julie? What about a guitar? Oh, okay.
You're awesome, man. You're so cool.
Whoa. Uh-oh. Feedback. Tuvan throat singing.
My mic's not on.
So Hello. This mic is on really loud.
Now it's off.
Is yours on?
Yeah, mine just kind of turned on-ish.
This is my friend Julie. Is your mic on?
Hi. Is it on? Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah, a little bit. Oh, there
Mindy's
it is.
yours, because
Yeah.
you guys are singing
I could
way
have
more than
in
I
my
am.
monitor, Lou, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
No singer's ever said
So
that
at one point I
before.
wanted to start. Oh, my guitar. Oh, there. I wanted to start a band called Dr. Pavlov and His Dogs, and we would only play 5 seconds of every song. So it'd be like.
Turn it up.
It's all. Yeah. Okay, so now I'll play a real song.
Ooh, Lord, and trouble so high. Ooh, Lord, and trouble so high. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Ooh, Lord, and my trouble so high. Ooh, Lord, and my trouble so high. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. I went down the hill of the deep, so got happy and stayed all day. I went down the hill of the deep, so got happy and stayed all day. Oh Lord, and my troubles so hard. Oh Lord, and my troubles so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. I went in the room, didn't stay long. Looked down bed and brother was dead. I went in the room, didn't stay long. Looked down bed and brother was dead. Oh, brother was dead. Oh, Lord, and my trouble so hard. Oh, Lord, and my trouble so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Oh, Lord, and my troubles so hard. Oh, Lord, and my troubles so hard. Don't nobody know my troubles but God. Don't nobody know my troubles but God.
Well, thank you, thank you, thank you. So we only have one song left, and this is sort of a cover song. It has a nice story, and there are kids in the audience, so I'll keep it a little bit PG, because I once told this story at another fundraiser, and there were a lot of kids there, and the people who organized the fundraiser still to this day won't talk to me. So it's a song that was written by Willie Dixon, and then it was made popular by the young contemporary rock and roll group Led Zeppelin. But they didn't get Willie Dixon's permission, and so he sued them, as we live in a litigious society, and he got a lot of money, and he used that money to fund early childhood education in Chicago. It's a lovely story, and one of the first times in history that a song about very dirty sex was used to fund early childhood education. By the way, is everyone having a nice time?
Woo!
Oh, good. That's all I got.
You need cooling, honey, I ain't fooling. I'm gonna send you back to schooling. See now, way down inside, honey, And you know that all of you need it too. All of you need it. I'm gonna give you my love. Yeah. Every inch of my love. I want a whole lot of 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 love. I need some, and please, baby, give me some love.
Thank you all very much. Once again, my lovely friend Julie Mintz and Mindy Jones. And there's only 3.5 hours left, so.
Oh my God, what an amazing performance. Okay, before we wrap up the night, I just want to tell you guys a little quick story. This is my best friend Masha and my best friend Marina. We have known Debbie Levin and her family since we were 3 years old, and I just wanted to tell you a little story about how I got connected to this cause. So, as Debbie Levin so eloquently said, I have had some dark days. Well, the positive of those dark days is I used to go home and I used to get really stoned and I would watch shows about the universe, how the universe works, through the wormhole. Oh my God, I watched so many. Anyway, I read the Cosmos and that was my connection to this. So I just wanted to share that, and these people did also. So I just wanted to say that we're all laughing and we're joking tonight and we're having a great time. We're drinking champagne and some people are jokey, some people are serious. It doesn't matter how you connect with this. This is our home and we need to protect it. And all joking aside, this is a cause that we need to take seriously. It's something that means a lot to me and I hope means a lot to you too. Thank you all for letting me be your host and helping #Make America Green Again. You are all cordially invited to attend the after party on Brownstone Street and enjoy more desserts provided by O Fudge and more great music spun by DJ Spider. Ouch. Good night, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed our evening. Please make your way to Brownstone Street. Join us for the after party. This has been your announcer, Randy Thomas, reminding you to remember to make America green again. Have a wonderful evening.